Welcome back to the Cardano Minute. My name is Tony. This week I'm still enjoying the warm weather here in Africa, while my buddies at the J&J Tap are freezing their butts off back home. I may be sticking around another week or two because things are starting to percolate with activity concerning Cardano's partnership with the Ethiopian government. Between the Merry Hard Fork, Project Catalyst, voting, multi-asset releases, and a few other surprises, Cardano is poised to be the new big kid on the block. For now, let me turn it over to Charles.
Africa is a strange animal because this is a situation where everything looks about right for explosive growth. It's like China in 1980. If you're really clever, you'd look at the top nations in 1980 and say, oh yeah, Venezuela and all these other guys are doing well. But China actually was an incredibly poor country. But it was doing things in the right ways to have explosive growth. And so really clever investors, they showed up very early and they just entangled themselves in that rocket ship and they rode it. And now China is one of the largest economies in the world. So Africa is exactly the same. You have a massive demographic shift in leadership. You're going from these old dictator-like leaders, strongmen who are in their 70s and 80s to 40, 50-year-olds who have degrees in computer science and they're very internet enabled and digital. They travel all the right conferences and they have access to the brightest minds in the world. And you have demographics where 70% of Ethiopia's population is at or under the age of 30. So, if you have a bunch of young people who are hungry for new systems, internet enabled and digital natives with young leadership, you're going to see rapid change in the laws, rapid change in the economic structures, and you're going to see the adoption of tons of leapfrog systems. And blockchain is a big component to that. E-voting, blockchain, AI, tons of stuff like this is going to come like wildfire throughout the continent. And with Starlink and these other things, I think the internet gap will be completely resolved within 2 to 3 years. And we're going to see humongous innovation in the telco sector to make sure we can get everybody in Africa online and with a computing device that's reasonably powerful. And because these things have an upgrade cycle every 18, 24 months, these old ones end up in the developing world and they're supercomputers. So your iPhone of today can be the iPhone of Senegal in 3 years. And that's good enough for all the protocols that we run. That's good enough to run a whole country. So I think that within the next 5 years, everybody's going to get it and say, wow, this is big. So what we did with Cardano is we showed up 3 years early. We were there since 2016, actually. We really started getting good in 2017. We built offices in Addis Ababa and so forth. We built all the relationships and we're starting to get government contracts. And there are going to be some big things we announce hopefully soon. And basically these solidify Cardano in Africa. And it gives us the ability to have explosive growth as they have explosive growth. And what this does for our developers on the Cardano platform is say, hey, if you're going to do DeFi, would you rather have a 25-year-old yield farmer living in his mom's basement in New Jersey? Or would you rather have millions of farmers who this is the only way they're going to get a loan? I mean, that's a very different value proposition. So it's going to encourage lots of developers and things to come, and there'll be huge amounts of wealth transfer. And lots of cool financial products. And what's nice is we can eventually run entire governments on the Cardano backend. We can do your voting system. We can do your property management system. We can do your national ID system. All this stuff can be achievable within a 5 to 10 year time horizon. So the leadership looks good. The demographic looks good. Honestly, I feel very, very confident in our competitive plan that we have there. We have great people on the ground like John O'Connor, who's been there long enough to have all the Africa stories you could ever imagine, and we're quite happy to see where we're at. And it's going to be a lot of fun this year, kind of showing the world what we've accomplished and where we'd like to go by 2025.